Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about why weekly Monday morning huddles truly matter for setting the right expectations and helping you and your team meet your goals. So typically Mondays for a lot of med spas and aesthetics businesses, it's a day off, right? So Mondays or Tuesday mornings, however you want to structure this, but typically on Mondays we have our team meetings and we go to the following things, right? We look at, and depending on how big your practice is, you're gonna figure out how much time you need to accommodate these types of meetings, right? You want to make sure that all your staff comes prepared to these meetings to discuss. So you want to talk about like number of patients you have coming in, right? And whether they're new or returning / existing, right? So any new patients, we want to talk about. So new, we're going to talk about what they're coming in for, what offer they're coming in for. So, we're going to talk about marketing, like where they're coming in from as well. And we're going to have a strategy. If we had a pre-consultation or, if we talked to them before, or we know it, they're coming in for a referral, they're coming in for a body treatment, or they're coming in face treatment. So we actually know before they even come in, especially if they fill out their forms, which is super important, we can look at their forms and tie it back to the strategy for this particular client. So for all the new clients, we're going to talk about our conversion rates. Hey, we have 10 new clients coming in. We want to upsell 4 of them to a $2,500 or more treatment plan, right? So this is going to be your metric 4 out of 10. We want to be at 40% conversion rate for the week, right? So obviously, this is kind of what we're shooting for. You want to be somewhat realistic and conservative, but not too low as well, just to make sure you have a good game plan in action for the week for all the new people that are coming in. So for everybody that's new, obviously the treatment plan is going to be customized, but for the most part, if you know that your average ticket is about $2 to $4 grand, this is where you're going to be for all your new client promotions, right? Then we have our existing clients, and we want to understand if they've already paid and they're coming in just for maintenance, or they're just using up their session. We want to understand if they're ended their treatment plan, and then we could cross-sell them to something else. You're going to go back to your medical intake form to see what else we can help them with. So maintenance clients are the clients that are coming in for a treatment plan. If they're coming in on a membership, let's say if it's facial aesthetics, we want to discuss maybe some of their other pain points as well. So we're going to go back to our intake form or our notes to talk about some of their other things. And maybe they're finishing out their treatment plan, so we're going to sell them another treatment plan. We're going to work on some of their other areas. So you want to attribute some sort of a goal here. If everybody's just coming in for maintenance, they're using up their treatment plans, etc., we just want to make sure that we're getting the best results possible. But potentially it's somebody that's paying off a package. And so we want to understand also how many sales or potential upsells we're going to be able to get from our existing clients as well. And what is our other goal? Do we want to get 2 referrals, or do we want to get 10 referrals, etc.? So we want to make sure that we have a good game plan on our huddle to talk about all the new and existing clients, right? And depending on the scale of your practice and the size of your practice, we want to make sure that we have a really good streamlined way of pulling in this data and talk about things. I know I have a spreadsheet that I use every week to talk about what's going on, and maybe pre-assess like what we're going to be able to sell them. That gives us a lot more structure and confidence that when they're going to come in, we have a good idea on what we could potentially sell them. But being organized like this and just having a good game plan every single week with your team and setting the right expectations on like, hey, we want to make sure that we convert these new people into long-term patients and sell them, and we want to make sure we also address our existing clients. How can we help them more? How can we get better results? But also, how can we make more sales?